What's up, everybody? We are back with another video on Nasty Red. As you can see, we have a rocker panel in there and it's not all rusted out like before. But anyway, that's going to be the topic on today's video. I got the inner rocker all screwed in, all welded in. It went phenomenal. Had to trim a little bit off, as you can see right down here. Not much. I think it was like 2 inches. Not even that. It was like 1 inch and some odd, whatever. But it fit up in there really nice. Got it all welded in there. Nice solid welds all the way across. Couldn't ask for it to go in any easier. Outer rocker trimmed a little bit off here and then up there. Came back and put screws in just to hold it till I can come back and weld it solid all the way around. And then I got some in holding it to the inner rocker panel, and I'm going to come back and grind. I'll probably take a few of these out, but leave a couple, maybe like 2. I'll take some of these out, and then you can leave them in there, just grind the heads down, or you can take them out and just put a little body filler over the hole. I might leave them in there, just grind them down so it holds a little bit better. Obviously I'm going to come back and weld it solid all the way around on both sides for that extra protection and strength on there. So that being said, that's basically all I've been doing tonight. Haven't really got much footage just because I've been cutting and grinding and welding. I had my big fireproof welding blanket all set up in here so no sparks would go inside the truck. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to continue this video probably tomorrow. I've been out here probably 4 hours already. That's all I've been doing is cutting and grinding and measuring and repeat and welding and you name it, I've been doing it tonight. I'll show you the fender over here with the inner fender. I showed you last time, but it's got still bolted up. What I'm going to do is push this top down. So we're looking at, this is the inside of the fender, and then this is basically we're standing in the engine bay of the truck right now. But what I'm going to do is push this part right here down to close the gap up that meets up right in there, and put a little sheet metal screw in there to hold it. And when I push that top down, when I push the top down this way, it causes this side to kick in that way. So I'm going to put a sheet metal screw up there to hold it, and then I'll bump that out, put a sheet metal screw in there, and then I'll come back and do all my plug welds all the way across just like the factory. I just have those bolts up there to hold it in place and so it doesn't move and stuff on me. But I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I don't even know what time it is. I'm going to guess probably 9:30ish or so. But I'm going to pick up a lot of my stuff. We'll continue this video tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Okay, guys, it's the next day. Plans for today. I really can't do much more on this rocker panel here. I'm not going to weld it solid or weld it in until I get the door back and make sure everything's lined up perfect. So I'm at a standstill with that. I'll probably try and get that cab mount up in there, get it situated, find a nut for the top of it that fits the bolt that goes up through there, and get it in there. And then I'm probably going to disassemble that inner fender from the outer fender and just try and get everything put together. I still have to take off that passenger door, probably do that, and start on that passenger side, excuse me. And I'm gonna make me a note of everything I need to get. I still got to grab 2 hose, or I guess they're considered hoses, rubber tubing for the turbos or whatever. The little one was here and down, and then the bigger one was down here. And the little one had a crack in it. I can show you. It's starting to split. You guys can see. I think it already has. Yeah, it's got a hole in there, about the size of my finger. And then this one, it's got a crack starting on it already. So I'm gonna get those ordered for Malachi. Get new ones put on there for him, and then like I said, I'm trying to get all this inner fender mounted over the new fender, so once the paint gets here, I can go ahead and jam everything, take it, toss it back on the truck, and then all we have to do is paint it and then two-tone it and all that fun stuff. So that being said, I'm going to shut you guys off, grab some of my tools and stuff real quick, and then we'll get started for the day. Well guys, we're back. I got that inner fender off of the driver fender. Passenger one was already off. I got it all like mocked up over here. So I think I told you guys how I went through and drilled all those out, and then took a chisel and like broke them loose and pried them and like just broke it loose. Well, me thinking, hey, I have an air hammer over here, why don't I use it? Oh my gosh. Why I didn't do that with the first one, I am not sure. It saved me probably an hour of time. I just went through, drilled all those holes out like I did the first time, and then just took the air hammer and literally just followed the shape of the inner fender there, and it came right off. I moved all the bolts over from the old fender to this one. I tossed the old one outside because we're not going to be using it anymore. I'm going to take the other one outside real quick. And then I'm going to mock up this mount down here. Try and get it up in there like so, where it's supposed to be. And then if it all goes well, I'm going to pull it back out. And then that nut there on top, it fits the bolt, so I'm going to tack weld it around it so it holds. So when I run that bolt back up in it, it's got something to bite to, because the old one here had one, the new one doesn't. So that being said, I'm going to take that fender out, kind of clean up in here a little bit. Excuse me. Clean it up a little bit, pick up some of my tools and stuff, climb underneath, and then get started on this side. So I will see you guys shortly, and hopefully we'll be making progress. Peace. Alright guys, well I'm going to try and get this all welded up in there. I got to bend a little of the tabs over. How this bracket was made, I don't know how you guys can even see that. Let me plug in this light real quick. There we go. So the tabs here, right where my finger are, so the bracket, like this one, it comes up, you have this wall here and it comes up and then it's slanted off to match the angle of the floorboard here. Well, the new one didn't. It came up and then did a 90, so I got to bend that 90 up just a little so I have a better surface I can weld to. So I got the inner rocker welded in, as you can tell right here. I'm not going to weld any of this in until I get the door back and make sure the fitment is all good all the way across. And then, yeah, so I'm going to work on that today, try and get that other door off over there. And yeah, well, we got this side all welded up in there. I got to do a little bit more on this top side, that channeling where I had said that 90 and stuff was. I moved over to this side, got the outer rocker all cut out. Well, you really can't see it because the door's there. I guess you kind of can, that big gap there. Right now I'm working on this cab mount. I got the bushing and everything taken out. The bushing's there, the bolts right there on the box. What I'm going to do is go underneath and drill out a couple of the spot welds on each side so I can tell where they are all the way around the truck in here, up in here, so I can tell where they come around. That's a rustle I got to patch, don't worry. You won't even be able to notice that hole being there in probably 2 hours. Well, depending on how long it takes me to get this mount out. But I'm going to go in, drill those holes up, probably 2 over here, 2 on the top side, and then maybe 1 on the back side, so I can see where they wrap around, and then I'll just slowly drill ever so far away and then take the air hammer in there and just break it all loose and be able to pry it out. So that's what I'm going to do now. I just want to give you guys a little update. Sorry I'm not filming a lot. I'm trying to get this done as quick as I can so I can move on to getting the fenders and everything. I got to get paint ordered yet for these. Well, the whole truck. Just trying to get everything wrapped up here. And I'm going to hopefully get that mount taken out real quick, and then I'll bring. You can see we're on the passenger side. Got that cab mount taken out. It was a little bit easier because I could come in and make my drill holes down and get it all pulled out. I got to make a patch for this hole here, but it won't be too bad. I'll just cut a square out and weld a piece of metal in and call it good. Throw some paint on it. Make sure it's all sealed up tight so no water gets in there. But yeah, I'm going to get that other cab mount, or this side, passenger side cab mount put in there. Get that other rocker, or get the door taken off. Get that rocker all fit in there. Make sure it's all good to go. And we're just moving right along. Got a truck show I'm going to be at Saturday. Going to try and get a lot of this stuff done, so that means a lot of late hours, but oh well. That's what you got to do when you're doing body work and stuff, or any type of mechanics. I'm just going to give you guys a quick walk around on everything before I end this video, just so you know where we're at. So both inner fenders are ready to go on the new fenders. As you can see, I got this one all mounted up. Got to put a couple screws in there, come back and weld it, scuff it, and jam everything. This one is laying over here. New fender is right there up against the tire. The inner fender's there. Got to wait for the door to come back so I can test fit it, make sure everything's good on this side. And then we'll start the body filler process, get everything sanded, make it look good. Once the paint comes in, like I said, we'll get everything scuffed and ready to jam. Get it all jammed, get the fenders thrown back on there so we're ready for paint. That's basically where we're at right now. Waiting for my dad to get home to help me with this door. And then gonna test fit the rocker, make sure everything looks good. And we're basically gonna go from there. So remember guys, learning as I do, doing what I love. If you're doing stuff like this, don't get frustrated. Don't, I mean anything. Just, if you get mad or get frustrated, or just walk away for a couple minutes, relax, come back and continue it. I know I was bad at it for a while. I'd get mad because something wouldn't work and I would just blow up, and that doesn't help anything. That just makes things worse. So remember, if you're doing stuff like this, just take your time, deep breaths. That's why I'm here, to help you guys walk through it, learn it. There's a guy in the comments said he loves my videos because I do stuff like that. I talk slow, explain everything as I go through it, and that's what I'm here for. I'm learning it more and more each day. You learn tips and tricks just doing stuff like this, and you gotta love it. So that being said guys, remember, learning as I do, doing what I love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.